you know, like I really look forward to sweet corn season because I can grow a lot of it, and man, the retail price is great, and it disappears. Everybody likes fresh sweet corn. There's nothing like it. You know, it's not 3 days old. It's fresh off the ear. And it's just a whole nother level. But um, you know, again, like some people they're gonna want a lot of labor. There's just a lot. There's so much variability there that everyone's vision is unique. A lot of people have their farm stand on their property when they want to drive traffic to that. I'm remote enough that I don't want that. I don't need that. My neighbors would hate me forever.
Well, you've given us a lot. Maybe from what have you found from the customer's point of view? This is switching it a little bit. That would make it easier for them to purchase, and what would make them happier customers?
Convenience.
Mhm.
Because I have the quality and service. Any small business that's serious about what they're doing has that advantage over any other larger organization, hands down, always. You fresh, yep. That hasn't been sitting anywhere because it's, you know, everything holds, in my opinion, everything holds better in the field up to a point. But if you hold it in the field, it's sitting there, it's growing, it's alive, it's not degrading, it's actually building up, it's adding to the ecosystem, and you can harvest it when it's ready to order, and it's, you know, it doesn't get more flawless than that. Um, but again, everyone has kind of their own specific quality standards, but I think that's what should set small farms apart is the quality and freshness. And then again, that accessibility, like, hey, I'm doing this by choice. I'm not, you know, I'm not employing people that don't want to be doing this work. You know, or that feel like they don't have a choice. And I don't want to like open a Pandora's box into that, but like that to me is a big deal. But every farm is going to have their own you know, their own take on that, or you know, the different levels of concern regarding that. And I think from an ethical standpoint, like I can say, you know, no souls were sucked in
Yeah,
the growing of this produce, you know. And sorry, that's a really clunky way to put it, but um, you know, I'm doing what I love, and it's by choice. Um, and I believe that that matters a great deal. My business education would inform me that an organization that's formed, there's an element of it's a carnal way of addressing kind of a spiritual thing, but they were talking about, in one of my early classes, they were talking about how they call it baked in. There's just an element of the organization that's baked in at the creation of an organization. And there are elements of that that will always and irrevocably persist within the organization. So, you know, that being said, just having the intention of like, hey, I want to do this. This is why, you know, being clear on that at the outset, and then knowing that those things that you're specific and clear on at the onset are going to be part of your farm and its assemblage and organization in perpetuity, or as long as you remain in business.
that's outstanding. You're so eloquent. One question I thought of, I I have a sense just from putting putting farms on our website and putting products on there, is you have to have a picture of the product, and then you have to put in all this stuff. You got to do clicks from one thing to another. Is there a technology? I was thinking of, what if the farmer could just take a picture of the beet and it would upload to the site, and then all you would have to do is put in the price? Would that be helpful?
Oh my gosh. Yes, indeed. Staging stuff to take pictures in the field with you when you got mud, and I'm in a silty loam and a sandy loam soil, so maybe it's worse for me. I don't know, but I suspect not. So electronics have
Mm-hmm.
a particularly short life when even when they're in your pocket in the field. They just do. It wears and tears on everything. So if there was a way I could do that, I have tried to take pictures of plants with like three-sided um corrugated panels and stuff, and like it's like this is silly. Like I'm not a professional photographer. I'm outside. There's hard lighting, hard shadows. It's windy. Like this is crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to sell produce. I don't want to have to like build a studio to take pictures of my products. And I certainly don't want to use, this is me, my opinion. I don't want to use stock images, generated images. I
Mm-hmm.
want people to see what they're going to get, within a particular margin, and part of that will be defined by my particular quality standards and harvesting, requirements. But um, that would be fantastic.
So if, let's say, okay, you're not going to do it out in the field. Let's say you're going to take a beet in the house, you're going to lay it on the table. You're going to take a picture, it uploads automatically, and you just put the price in. Is
And
that,
maybe like a brief description.
how do you envision us, if you're not doing it out in the field, but we got to get a picture of it, what would be the easiest way for you to do that?
It's not out in the field.
Yeah, that's it. You don't want to do it out in the field, but you need to get a picture of it because people want to see it.
So in wash pack at wash pack is a great spot to take pictures, I think.
Far out.
um Now, there are a lot of farmers who will not want to do that. There are elements of wash pack that they may not want to show, or sometimes some farmers that's like a trade thing for them. And they want to reveal to others in their industry or others in their peer group kind of some of the practices that they've worked hard to figure out and dial in. Because there are some pretty fantastic innovations, and if everybody adopted them, then certain farmers might lose their competitive advantage, or just feel like, well, now I don't bring as much value to the marketplace, and so I feel diminished as a business. And again, that could be just me, or a very niche subset of farmers, but wash pack is the best time because they're brilliant, they're beautiful. Things are, when like beets in particular, or carrots or root crops, I'm just thinking, they look absolutely glorious when they're freshly washed, and that's when you want to take that picture, because that's what you're bringing to the market. You're not pulling out of the field like, here's my crusty muddy potatoes, $4 a pound, come and get them. I don't want, I don't, as a customer, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I'm scaring people away from my business if I'm doing that. So wash pack, usually there's some kind of structure or shade. You've got better, not optimal by a long stretch, but better conditions for taking those pictures. Or even just like an assortment, you lay things out and do like one of everything. That's been my strategy, and just snap a picture and like, these are the things. But I don't know, doing that every week, you're like taking a lot of the same products and then other products, and it's hard to keep that mix, and then people get images mixed up, or I don't manage that well, and then it's like, wait, that was 3 weeks ago, it's a little bit different this week, and they're like, oh, well, you don't have cilantro anymore. Oh, that's the whole reason I came. So, um, anyway, just kind of yammering out loud, but those are just some of the realities that I've
That's
I've
what I
butted
want.
up against.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you get back in the field. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna summarize this. And I appreciate it so much. And I'm sure this brought up another question, which we'll do next is um, how how the flow of the products on the website, because you'll have different seasons. And so things will be flowing in and they will be flowing out. So think about that for the next time. And Josh, I'm so glad that you're with us on this team, helping to, to create abundance in our community. I just had this flash that what if we could create really abundance of good food for people in every community, because there's so many people growing, there's so many people in their backyards. It's such a beautiful thing to do, to grow food, that, and I really, if I
Is
see that as our ultimate, like fairy tale come true.
No, totally with you. And people engaged in the hard labor because they want to be.
Yeah, because they
Yep.
love it.
And that I think that I don't want to say you can taste that in the produce, but I think it comes across in interesting ways.
Oh my gosh. Just gave me. All right. Love you, Josh. Thank you, buddy. You're the
Love you,
best.
June. I'm glad we could connect. It's great to see you.
It's great. It's great. Thank you.
Take care.